Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to optimize your video ads and get more performance out of them. Also, I want to go over a new feature in Facebook. It's a placement feature that they just rolled out. It's pretty cool. It's called Advantage Placements. Yeah, let's get into it. So I've already set up a campaign, but if you need information on how to set up a campaign, just look at the video prior to this. It's titled Facebook and Instagram Video Setup. So we're just going to go into it real quick. Let's go into edit and we're going to scroll down here. You always want to have leads. That's where you want to be. And as you can see, Advantage campaign budget, we're not going to turn that on. We're just going to leave that alone. So let's go here, and then you want instant forms. In another video, I'll go over how to set up your forms. But your form should already be set up. And scroll down, and our goal is maximum number of leads. Okay, so here is the Advantage placements. This is what's recommended. I also think it's a great product. So we'll go next. Manual placements is if you don't want your ad running on certain things. So we're always going to choose a single image or video. Okay, so we're going to go here and remove all, and then we're just going to add a video. Now the trick for this is you want to have two videos. You want to have one that's designed for mobile, which is going to be 1080 by 1920, so it'll actually be vertical. And then you also want a square video, which you're just switching it, which is 1920 by 1080. So as you can see here, this is 1080 by 1920, but typically what you want to do is you want to just swap these, and then you want a square one, which is 1920 by 1080. So as you can see, it's just swapped. So this is 1920, and then this is 1080. So we just swapped it. So these are the two sizes you want. And then if you decide to crop it to fit, it's easy for Facebook to do that, as you can see here. So when we start, we always want to start with our 1920 by 1080. So we'll click that, we'll hit next. And then what it's going to do is it's going to show you how it's going to look in each placement. And you always want to make sure that your phone number and your company logo is displayed really good. If it's not, then you got to go back and edit your video, make sure that it's all clear. Now what they'll do is for stories and reels ads on Facebook, they will show you what you have, and then they'll suggest what you should have. And it's saying that this ad will not show up on certain placement you've selected, or maybe automatically cropped. To avoid this, crop or replace the video. So when you see a message like this, you wanna look at it and say, okay. So what you'll do is you'll scroll here and you'll click replace, and they're recommending this, so that's the one that you want to select. So now you have your vertical, and as you can see, it has her name, or it has the phone number and the information, and you're good. And these are the square ones, and these are not recommended. Well, this one's recommended 1 by 1, so you can check that, but as you can see, it crops it, so you could actually go here. At least the placements are looking nice and clean. You hit next, and then what's going to happen, it's going to populate everything. So these are what the different ads look like. So what I like to do is just go through and make sure they look good. You always want to make sure that you have enough bleeds on all the corners so it doesn't get cut off, because you're dealing with different platforms. And see, I'm just checking to make sure that everything's optimized. What'll happen is they'll all populate here. And what you want to look for is exclamation marks, because if there's an exclamation mark, it means it's there's an issue with it. So sometimes you have to crop it a little bit more, or you have to maybe redesign it. But for the most part, what I like to do is I usually just go off of this because it's faster. So as you can see, there's an exclamation mark, which we're going to look at. We're going to try and figure out why that's there. But we're just checking all the placements that it's going to be. And give it some time to load, don't rush. Take your time with this stuff, because this has to do with your business. So ad is undeliverable to Facebook InStream for videos. So edit your video to meet the requirements. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on it. The length of your video is not supported for Facebook in-stream mobile placement. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this feature here, which is trim, and we're going to trim it down. So this video is 50 seconds, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it down to 15 seconds. And then we're good. And apply. For the 15-second ones, it's more of like a teaser, so it's just so that if people want to find out more, they can find out. And it's actually a very powerful placement. So if you don't want to be trimming a video or trying to figure out where you want it to play, just create a video that's 15 seconds for that slot, and so that way you don't have to worry about the trim feature, and it'll just automatically work out. But as you can see, I have horizontal and I have vertical ones playing, and I usually use the vertical ones for the Instagram Reels and the stories because they just play so much better. Stop it from working. So that's how you optimize your video ads. And yeah, you just got to play around with it. But I mean, like I said, the goal is to just make sure that everything's nice and clean and looks nice and professional. And yeah, you can go back to your advanced preview menu and check everything out in real time, which is kind of cool. I'll just show you real quick. So yeah, all you're doing is you're just going through, you're making sure everything looks nice and clean and professional, the logos and the phone numbers not being cut off. And as you can see, it's beautiful. Your Instagram stories and reels, it comes off as nice and clean. You got the sign up button, everything's displayed very professionally, and this is the looks that you want. You know, you want everything playing at all the platforms. See, this is how you get maximum exposure for all the platforms, because Facebook and Instagram, they're one and the same. And then they got the marketplace as well for people that are selling items, and all sorts of different apps that they run through. And you really don't want to get into limiting your placement, because in the next video I'm going to show you guys how to set up your audiences. And basically you're telling the software, this is the customer I want, and you don't want to limit where they can find those customers, because they might have a bunch of data points in different platforms, and then if you're limiting the platforms that they can find those people, then you're limiting the possibilities of reaching that customer. The only time that you would want to limit placements is later on when you're looking at the data and it looks like you're wasting a lot of money on that placement and you're not getting any conversions from that placement. Then you could go in and you can edit that placement. But a lot of times, like the apps for instance, those can kind of burn your budget pretty quickly. So some people will not want to advertise on like gaming apps or apps in general. But I always say in the beginning, let it play through all your platforms. So this concludes our session. If you click the link down below, if you go into the description, you can book a one-on-one appointment with me. We also have a call center. If you're looking to get your calls answered, the link is below. And I also have affiliate links as well for certain softwares that I use, that I recommend. And if you click on those links, usually there's a discount or there's some type of special that I'm running where I give you like a free 30-minute setup if you sign up to the links. Other than that, have a great day and thank you for watching.